Hi, I'm Professor Meyer, and I want to welcome you to Women's History, which is History 34. So I want to talk about just overall, overall introduction on what to expect for the class. Okay, so for this class for Women's History, I keep looking down because I'm looking at my notes. Okay, so I don't forget anything. So when you talk about women's history, we're going to look at women in America, and we first start out talking about Native American women, and then we move on into colonial women, and then after that, we're looking really about kind of like the different decades or eras all through history, and that will bring us up into modern time. And then let me just tell you about how the class is going to be set up. Obviously, it's an online class, and obviously you're using Canvas. And so I basically put everything onto Canvas. So my syllabus is on Canvas, your PowerPoint, or it's links. It's right, links to syllabus, links to my PowerPoint, links to my videos, and then it has the quizzes and the writing assignments, the discussions, and everything is basically on your modules in Canvas. So that's one of the things that you should be looking at every single day when you get in and log into the class for Canvas. Is you want to look at that module for that week, and you have information there basically telling you what to do, or you click on the assignment, you click on the quiz. Okay, so weekly. Okay, weekly, you're going to have lectures. I've already posted them on Canvas, and you just basically, and it'll say video lecture, I think I mentioned it, or I have it like video number 1. And you just you click onto that, and then you'll go to a link, and you click on the link, and it'll bring up the video. And that will be your lecture video, okay? And there are several lectures for every single week. Okay, I try to make the lectures about 30, 40 minutes. I think sometimes they get into 50 minutes. So when you see like there's like 4 or 5 lectures, don't all freak out, because some of them are like 30 minutes. Okay, so there's lectures to watch every week. You will have reading in your about 2 chapters in your textbook for every week. You will have discussion assignments, you'll have written assignments, and you have quizzes, and that is every single week. All these things from week 1 through week 5, everything is due on Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. On the last week, okay, everything is due on Thursday at 11:59 on Thursday. That is because that's the end of summer school, so that is July 30th. So make sure that you make a mental note and you put it on your calendar that on week 6, everything is due on Thursday. Because there is no, like, I thought it was due on Sunday. I'm not buying that. So just get it set like today, that you fully understand that the last day of class is July 30th, which is a Thursday, and everything has to be in by then. Okay, so how do I run the class? This class is basically done by posted lectures. There is no Zoom meeting. This is not a Zoom class, no Zoom meetings. So you are going to be working through the information on your own. Yes, there are due dates. There are hard due dates. I do not accept late work, flat out. I do not accept late work. So make a note of that I do not accept late work. You work on your own, and you do it at your own pace. You can watch the lectures over and over again if you want. You can just watch the lectures, do the reading, and do the assignments however you want. So my biggest suggestion to you is figure out a schedule that's going to work well for you, that you can figure out when is the best time to do all your work, get your assignments in, do the reading, watch the lectures, that type of thing, because it's basically all on your own schedule. So I've already mentioned them, and I want to mention them one more time. I expect you if you're working on an online class, you're basically doing it on your own. That's kind of like the beauty for me of an online class, is that you can just basically do it at your pace and your discretion. But you are expected to do the readings. You are expected to watch the videos. You are expected to look at the PowerPoint. And then obviously you're expected to be doing all the assignments, the written assignments, the discussion assignments, and the quizzes. And that's just the given for an online class. Talked about that, I'm just looking at my notes. We talked about that. I have in the first week, it's in the first module, the first week I have, it's labeled documents and PowerPoints. You can go to that, and that's where I have documents. You can click on the link and it brings it up. It has the syllabus. It also, and this is also where you find your PowerPoint. And I put the PowerPoint in two places. It's in the first week. I put it in the documents and PowerPoint, and then I also have it, I believe, in the welcome section. I have your syllabus posted, and I have your PowerPoint. So throughout the entire class, that's the thing that you would be going back to for the PowerPoint, to go click on that. Also, as I mentioned, your syllabus is in documents, and then it's also in the welcome little label. And also, if you go to the side, if you're looking at your screen, it's on the left-hand side of your screen. It said syllabus. You can click on that, and you will also then get your syllabus. Okay, so my working hours, okay? My working hours is basically 8 to 4:30 in the morning to afternoon, okay? I will have office hours between 8 and 9. It is Monday, I believe it's Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, from 8 to 9. And so I will be online at that point in time. So if you want to ask me a question, send me off an email or an inbox question, and I will respond back to you. But the fact is that I will be online between 8 a.m. in the morning and 4:30 in the afternoon, and it's off and on. It's just kind of, I'm going to be just kind of checking in. I'll be grading between those hours. So you're always welcome to send me questions or comments in that time period, and I will respond back to you in that time period. Now, if you are responding or you're sending a question or something after 4:30, okay, I will respond to you, but I will not respond back to you until 8 a.m. the next morning. Okay, at some point in time, I have to get offline. So my whole point of this is, if you send me something at like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night, anyway, I really need to not be online then. I am not going to be talking to you until the next morning, but I will answer your questions. I will answer your comments. But just know there's a time frame, because at some point in time I have to get offline, basically for my own sanity. Okay, so just remember that. Talked about that. I encourage you to ask questions. I encourage you to send off a comment or ask questions. Please feel free to do so. That's the whole point of my job, is to answer questions or to clarify something. That's definitely not a problem. My one caveat to that is, if you're asking like a basic question, which you are more than welcome to ask a basic question, but if there's something that you can find on Canvas, like look in your syllabus, look on Canvas, like when something is due, go check that first. And then if there's still a little bit of confusion, you want to clarify, always good to clarify, then please ask me. But I just want you to understand that going back to your syllabus, going back to looking at the information on Canvas, it has a huge amount of information for you to get and for you to basically kind of sort through. And so that's where I would start. And then if you still need a clarification, then please feel free to ask. And then once again, if you have questions, comments about the class, once again, please feel free to ask, because that's really what I do. Okay, that's my job. Another thing that I have added into this online class is called Information Highway, and it's basically a discussion board. And it's a discussion board really mainly for you guys. I will get on the discussion board and I will look at it, but it's a way for you guys to talk to one another because we're all online. And I don't know, like right now it changes daily on what the social, if we're on lockdown or if people are going out and about and seeing people or not, but it's a really good way to connect with your fellow students. You can ask questions, you can ask, you can put comments about the class, you can ask questions about two fellow students and just talk about the discussion about the class material in that discussion board. And I think I want it to be a really good way for you to discuss and basically have an avenue to discuss. And you can ask each other questions, or if you want clarifications, and maybe that's a really good place to start. I will be on the discussion board, so I will, in a sense, I don't want to say I'm policing it, but I am going to be looking over it. I expect that whenever, and it's actually another concept, that whenever you're online and you're in discussion, whether it's a discussion question or the discussion highway, the information highway, you need to be polite, you need to be helpful, you need to basically uplift your fellow student. I want it to be all positive. I basically require it to be all positive. We're all in the same boat, we're learning, and we're here to basically support one another. And that's what I want, or I expect, from these discussion boards. And so that's what you really need to do. You need to really help one another, support one another, and just be very positive to one another. And so make sure that's, I think, a really good way for you guys to have good communication. And it's really the information, once again, on the information highway is basically about the class. It's easy to get off tangent and to get offline, or not offline, but basically off subject. So you really need to make sure that you're talking about class material. And so once again, I will be on and off the discussion board. And so if you are asking me a question, I will be on the discussion board to be able to answer questions. But if you need an immediate question answered, then you need to email me or inbox me, because I might not look at it for a few hours. I might not look at it every single day. I'll go back through them, yes. But my whole point is I just won't be looking at it as attentively as I would my email or my inbox. And then one other thing, email and inbox, those are the ways to get a hold of me, and you're more than welcome to get a hold of me that way. I would prefer inbox. Inbox is, I see it quicker through inbox, and that's inbox through Canvas. So those are kind of the basic stuff. One other thing that I thought of, if you haven't been on Canvas before, there's definitely a lot of resources through RCC that you can ask questions about Canvas. And then you can also ask me, especially if you feel like you're getting lost or something and you're not quite sure on how to do something. Basically ask me or say, hey, I'm having problems with this. Because I'd rather have you ask me this and then you not do an assignment or not do a discussion because you didn't understand. So either ask me a question, or there's definitely resources through RCC that you can get, like information on how to do Canvas. I know last semester we all got thrown into Canvas. I've been on Canvas for a while, but if you haven't been on Canvas, you got thrown into Canvas last semester. And so I'm trying to think. I think those are the major points that I want to talk about it. So always be checking, always obviously doing your assignments, but make sure that you're watching the videos. I expect for you to watch the videos. Excuse me. And then also I expect you to look at your PowerPoints. Sometimes in lecture, in the videos, I'll say this is a slide on PowerPoint. I don't always say it. So I would definitely look at your PowerPoints. And there's pictures, and then there's some information, more information on PowerPoints that is there for the class. And we're going to take basically a long journey, really starting with Native American women and colonial women, and show where colonial women are basically second-class citizens. And we will take it all the way to the future, and we will look at women who are 4-star generals in the U.S. military. So very long journey in a very short period of time. I think that is what I want to talk about for the introduction. So once again, I want to welcome you to History 34. I hope that you gain knowledge about women and also maybe a new perspective. I know that I think we all know that women work hard and we play really important roles in society, but maybe it's a new perspective of women that you can get out of this class. Anyway, I hope that you enjoy History 34, and if you have questions or comments throughout the class, definitely send me a message, especially through inbox. All right, and I'll be talking to you on campus.